Hello, my name is Kenneth Hill, and today I'll be taking you through my presentation, Is Cancel Culture Good for Society? First, we have to start by defining cancel culture. So Webster's dictionary defines cancel culture as the practice or tendency of engaging in mass canceling as a way of expressing disapproval and exerting social pressure. So the process that I'm going to take you through is first we're going to begin at my annotated bibliographies. Then we're going to go through the reasons for and against cancel culture. And then we're going to get to my personal response. So for my first annotated bibliography, Daniel Solowski, his article, Masculinity, Cancel Culture, and Woke Capitalism, Exploring Twitter, takes a look at cancel culture through a sports lens. Solowski used a 2020 incident in which Washington Capitals player Brendan Leipzig in the National Hockey League had several misogynistic and vulgar comments leaked. The article takes a look at the response to the situation on Twitter to view their takes on misogyny, racism, homophobia, and cancel culture. The article gives a good detailed explanation, research on the topic, and an analysis on people's opinions on cancel culture. The situation is also an ideal one to view as sports fandoms are one of the most diverse groups in America. And this is my annotated bibliography against cancel culture. This is a book titled Cancel Culture, Tales from the Front Lines by Paul de Quinoy. The author addresses cancel culture's impact on American freedoms. Quinoy looks at examples of cancel culture, including that of President Joe Biden. Quinoy explains that many Americans believe that cancel culture is a problem. The book examines how cancel culture has impacted Americans of all ages, academically, politically, artistically, the entertainment industry, and more. The author's main point is that a part of cancel culture is that the consequences are the same no matter the action, and often apologies are ignored. And then for my final annotated bibliography, the news article. This article is titled Americans in Cancel Culture, where some see calls for accountability, others see censorship and punishment. This article and research is done by the Pew Research Center. The article does a good job of getting perspectives of many different groups of people's opinions on the topic. It focuses on liberal Democrats and conservative Republicans' thoughts on the topic. It also asks many important questions, such as, is calling out others on social media productive behavior? Which is more important, free speech or creating a comfortable environment online? Should people speak up if they're offended? And are people rushing to judge, or are they trying to be helpful? The answers to all of these questions can be very helpful, as it helps us determine if cancel culture is good or bad for society. Next, we're going to start with our opposing claim of if cancel culture is good or not. And the claim is cancel culture is harmful to society. So we'll look at some of the cons to cancel culture and the reasoning for them. The first reason that cancel culture is disliked is that it lacks nuance and is based on moral outrage. Another is that the consequences do not always match the action. The next reason is that cancel culture can cause violence worse than the original transgression. Another is that some people believe it isn't effective and brings no effective or visible changes. The last reason is that it can misrepresent racism in society. The next one is the proclaim that cancel culture is good for society and some of the reasons that people believe that. One is that cancel culture gives a voice to minorities and marginalized communities and allows them to seek accountability when the justice system fails. The next reason is that cancel culture holds celebrities more accountable than they would have been without it. The third reason is that cancel culture identifies and profiles those that make racist, xenophobic, and homophobic remarks. Another reason is that many people, including comedians, can still express their opinions politically and otherwise without the fear of backlash. The last reason that cancel culture is just another form of boycotting, and boycotting has been around since the civil rights movement. My personal response and conclusion on this is that cancel culture does have many positives and negatives to it. However, I believe the ability to hold people accountable who might not have been otherwise is more beneficial than the negatives that come with it. Many people, including celebrities and politicians, are not held accountable for their actions. I understand why people dislike the idea of people losing their jobs from past actions. However, it is helpful in helping succeed where the justice system fails. It also calls out people who makes racist, xenophobic, misogynistic, and other hurtful comments or remarks. There are also many people who have been able to voice their political opinions in ways that did not lead to them being canceled. And this is my works cited page. Thank you for listening.